Hey, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. I'm the Urban Seer and welcome to today's live stream. Thank you all for being here who are in the live. For anyone watching the replay, I go live Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. Please do consider joining us. Just bring your questions and receive a free reading. Just going to shuffle this here so we can see the candles, the light of the candles. For anyone interested, I'm using the Muse Tarot deck today. As we can see here, just from the banner, if you want a free reading, just click the link in the pinned comment. You can also find another link if you would like a more in-depth reading. This live session, so I offer 3, 5 or 7 card readings. and this also includes a Q jump. Hey Sunseas, how are you doing? Nice to see you here. I'm glad that you made it. Thanks for everyone who has submitted the username and like. So let's get into it. Anne, my dear, are you here? I just want to thank the people for leaving such nice, loving comments as well on my last live session. Anne or Peter, Kristen, it's really appreciated. Those kind messages meant a lot. Bear with me 1 second. Okay. Hey Tia. Hi Denise. Hey Travel Lover. I'm good, thank you. So Anne asks, what message does the universe have for me about my career? Cool, let's go. Spirit, what does Anne need to know about her career, please, Spirit? Major Arcana for you here, Anne. So this is justice we have. So some kind of justice is on its way to you. And what I see here always with this deck and with this card is some kind of transformation that is underway. This, let me know, so this may have already happened, that you have re-emerged in a way and shed an old skin, that you have outgrown a situation in your career and you are ready for the next challenge. And I believe this justice card is that this is, tell what resonates, if it's currently happening, it's arrived for you, or it's on its way to you. But there's a readiness in this card's energy. There is, you see how these two hands here, it's like this gap is closing of you connecting with the next step, the next challenge that will, I don't know what work that you do, but in this area there seems to be a sort of the opportunity for personal growth and transformation. This is choices from the past that you made as well, that you committed to something, a certain path here, because we see there's two roads and you chose this particular one, and that was part of this transformation and this justice that is on its way to you. We've also got the Seven of Materials, which I do want to bring into, which is kind of maybe what's happening, I feel like, more on the day-to-day, which is materials. So this is about money, stability, progress, career, work, all that stuff. Okay, Seven of Materials, look at the progress that you've made, that this is from the hard work that you've put in. And Seven of Materials is also about taking a moment of assessment and planning next steps. So almost taking a moment to, you know, when we're working hard, we're on sort of the treadmill of life, of work and money, which this almost looks like, yeah, like a sort of conveyor belt almost, that just never stops. Yeah, it just keeps churning, and we sometimes can just go with that and not actually take time to take stock, to check that where we're going is where we want to go. And also looking at the Seven of Materials, so it's about what has worked in the past and what doesn't. and letting that inform next steps. But it's about almost taking a breath, taking a moment of stillness to reflect, so that we are going where we are going with intention. We're not just being carried there. So I hope that resonated, Anne. Hey Danny, you're on the list. I'm glad you made it today. Hey Kimmy. Okay, so next we have Tia, my love, if you want to post your question. I'll post the list actually, just so we all know where we're at. You're welcome, Anne. I hope it resonated. Big shifts with that Justice card. There's the list. Ah, you're sick, Danny. I'm sorry to hear that. Sending well wishes. Hey, Kimmy. So Tia asks, there are acquaintances that revealed some not so pleasant things that the Leo allegedly said about me. How awful. Did he actually say these things, or are these people sabotaging? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this energy, what's going on. Is he getting nasty now? We'll see what the cards say, but I wonder, is he getting nasty now that you've withdrawn your energy to your being? What was the time frame of when this took place? Spirit, tell us about these comments. Major Arcana, strength, courage. This is you being courageous, being strong. Spirit, I will pull another card just to kind of dig a bit deeper on this, but I think Spirit is kind of saying, don't let this take you off your path. You're being courageous, you're being strong, you are liberating yourself in some ways through taking control of your own path again, Tia, whatever the outcome may be, okay? But you're holding this strong stance. Okay. What happened when you were dealing with each other? You will come out of this victorious. This is you as well, I see, being viewed in a positive light, okay? Here as well. Tia says, they're not seeing me sweat, but I'm just so floored. Look how positive both these cards are of you, Tia. That's what I would say that comes through. So, a couple of things here, okay? So, I don't know, obviously, what was said. But I think it can be said, it was a female that we both know, yeah, so it could be malicious. Because in both these cards, you are seen in a positive light. Can you see how this is almost like the same person here? It looks like the same person to me. You are, you know, on sort of higher ground here in this strength card, taking the high road. You are embodying Empress energy in both these cards. This woman is victorious. She's again sort of proud and respected and uplifted. So this can mean that yes, this energy is trying to tear you down, because also, you know, it is kind of malicious in itself to actually tell you these things. I don't know if that was, you know, what would be the good outcome of you knowing that. But also, even if maybe they were said, that could it have been said in, it can still hurt those words. It doesn't take away the fact that, you know, we can say things in the heat of the moment, out of anger, out of insecurity, out of jealousy. And it doesn't actually run that deep. I think the important message here is that you really, by the Leo and by your peers, etc., are still this person. Okay, ultimately still viewed by that. So if you did say it or if you didn't, so this is someone who is triggered, someone who has lashed out, but you remain victorious, you remain on higher ground, and you maintain your dignity, and you are still viewed this way ultimately by him and by the group, by friends. Okay. And I think that's what's most important. So I wouldn't give this too much energy, is what I feel like. It hasn't shifted. It hasn't taken this away from you. I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. Someone's words, if it was hers or his, trying to drag you down, maybe just, like I say, a moment of insecurity, a moment of lashing out, but actually beneath that is that they view you in this way. So don't give it too much power. Ace of Emotions, I almost feel like this is you having a bit of a deep dive with this, that you say the word, it's floored you. Try to process emotions and see through this. It's a bit of an illusion in a way. It doesn't take away that you are this person and that the Leo sees you as this person. You're still victorious, you're still the winner, you're still attractive, you're still magnetic, you're still strong, taking the higher ground. Okay, I hope that helped you, Bia. Travel lover, my dear, if you're here, please do post your question. So travel lover, oh, there we go, awesome. So travel lover asks, says, blessings to you too. Who is coming towards me in love and romance? Will I be celebrating Valentine's Day with Steve? Or, so I don't do yes no questions, okay? But I'll see what's coming through in the near future timeline, okay? If we're looking around Valentine's Day energies. Are you, what's come through to me as well, just the message as I'm shuffling, travel lover, are you manifesting at all? Are you, because I kind of got a message that it was, that would be helpful for you to work on that. So if you do visualization to bring this love and romance towards you, if it was Steve, if it was the love that you desire. However you want to focus that visualization, I would say try to look at doing that. Just say 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes a day. You can find ones online on YouTube, you know, manifesting the love that you desire. So let's have a look at, oh, there we go, future energies. Major Arcana. So there is a new cycle that is beginning for you in love, travel lover. The world cosmos here. So it's about cycles closing out. I feel like you've had this card before, but tell me if I'm wrong there. So by doing that self-reflection, or you may already know with your intuition about what needs to be released. Now, this could be Steve, if that feels right, but I know that you've said that there is a strong connection here that you feel. There's a karmic connection even, okay? So it may be just reimagining a new beginning with Steve, or a new person, wherever you feel more pulled to, okay? Manifesting and focusing your energy on that. And the world cosmos is about old cycles closing out and being left in the past. So that is what is happening for you now and in the near future. And there is something new in love coming. With the world cosmos is the promise of a new cycle and a new beginning. I'm also very much drawn to the wings here, about it being, let's focus on expansion with this new love as well. It hasn't given me any characteristics of the person who this might be, but when I was shuffling, I felt like the focus being on, and the guidance being some manifestation, for you to focus on manifestation. I almost feel like that it's up to you, if that makes sense, of who you want this new cycle to be with. Do you want it to be with Steve? Then use that in the manifestation, in the visualization. Or if you want it to be someone new and you feel like that would be more energizing and correct alignment with your soul, then imagine that new person. Maybe if you feel uncertain and confused, then just focus and imagine on the feeling of what this new love cycle would feel like, and try and deepen that trust and belief that it is on its way to you. You're on the precipice of this beginning, travel lover. So really embrace that energy if you can. And like I say, 10 to 15 minutes a day doing that can shift this whole vibe, this whole path, this whole energy, and usher in this new cycle quicker, so it can close, you can collapse those timelines. I hope that resonated for you, travel lover. Okay, so next, my dear, is Senice. I'll just do an updated list so we know where we're at. Senice, and then we have, I'll just see if Senice is still here. Awesome. Hey, Senice. Senice asks, hi, may I have a general love reading? Sure thing. I Choose You by Sarah. Oh, is this a song, travel lover? Comes to mind and I sing it. Awesome, if that puts you in that mood, yeah, in that feeling, travel lover. That's a very creative way. And set your intention, yeah. Okay, Senice, this is for you. General love reading. What's coming next for Senice, or what do they need to know regarding love? Senice, are you single, in a connection, situationship? Just let me know. So as an energy reader, it helps me connect to your energy and anyone in your energy field, if I've got some context. Nice, Let's Get Married by Max. I like that idea, travel lover. Single, says Denise. The Four of Inspiration is very much a card of love. When we see this card, it talks about a higher level of commitment. It actually is the card of marriage, which I always feel compelled to mention. If that is something that resonates with you, that's something that you would still like and want, it says that that is the potential for it to still be on the cards. The 4 as well is a strong foundation. So whenever we see a 4, that's, you know, if we think that's what a house, the shape of a house that is built on, and here is that kind of building block of that first building block almost of a foundation, a strong foundation. Now, interestingly, we've got the 10 of Voices here at the bottom. Let me know if this resonates, because this is about, to me, this could come through as painful things that have happened in the past. This can be about betrayals, wounds in this area. And the 10 of Voices, the kind of silver lining of the 10 of Voices is that it's a 10, which means that that cycle has now closed out, has now ended. We have a major arcana, the Temperance card, which is about moving more into a state of harmony and peace, from this 10 of Voices to harmony, to the 4 of Inspiration is what I see. And like we say, with this being the card of marriage and a deep commitment, a higher level of commitment, I feel like the message is that not to give up on this, and that that's still, you know, like we say, if we desire whatever a deep commitment looks like to you, it doesn't have to be a traditional path of marriage. It may be, but it's not for everyone. So I say that, you know, with a caveat of that. But this deep connection, this higher level of commitment, is still in your future, Denise. And the painful period, the disappointment and the hurt and the pain, there is an end to this cycle, like we say. So in the meantime, whilst we're waiting for this 4 of Inspiration, it's got beautiful colours in this, which I'm always drawn to, which to me are like the colours of love, really. This pink, the oranges, the yellows. It's so warm. But there is this temperance and healing era that you may find yourself in now. It's about returning to balance after that pain. It's about returning to inner harmony, and then being able to seek out harmonious connections with others if you've had a lot of discord in the past. So very encouraging, and the promise that it is on its way to you, and this high level of commitment is still very much possible. Thank you, travel lover. I really appreciate that. Financial abundance, I wish that for you as well. Financial abundance for all, yeah? So now we have Sun Seas next. Sun, who I like to call Sun. You're welcome, Sunise. So we have Sun Seas. If you are here, my dear, please post your question. Hey Sunseas, thank you. So Sunseas asks, I would like to ask if I should move out in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Should I rent a shared place elsewhere? So I don't do yes no questions, Sunseas, but I can certainly look at the guidance and energy around this, okay, and see what Spirit says. Spirit, please bring through some guidance for Sunseas regarding this move. I'm intrigued. Thank you, Tia. I'll go to that after Sunsea's reading. That's all right. Tia of Inspiration is interesting. Tia of Inspiration, okay, is looking to the future. After a period of maybe feeling like you have not been able to do that, there's been some kind of block. So I don't know if you are, because we've got the Muse of Emotions here as well, which is kind of like emotions running high. Are you struggling with where you are living at the moment? Because Two of Inspiration is about looking ahead to the future and making plans and making moves. So this does make me think and lean on, and the energy that I feel is about pushing ahead and pushing forward. Two of Inspiration is about expanse as well. So if the energy of where you're at now, does it feel expansive, or does it feel like this wall? You see this kind of wall of white that we've got? It's just so flat to me and so lacking of energy, and it's blocking you. So it could be blocking your creativity, blocking that expansive energy. But we've got here it's like something's burst through this white expanse, and it's giving you an opportunity to actually look to the future and to plan. There were issues in the past and I'm still could not find work. Okay, yeah, the energy feels stagnant. So that's what was coming through, that I think where you're at now is this blank wall, okay? And I don't feel that's particularly good for you. So I do feel that this person, you know, is looking ahead and looking at options, and this move out. So if you want to move out, if there is an opportunity to do that, then I feel like this could usher in like that expansive energy that I was talking about, and it would feel more alive. So tap into your intuition, obviously always Sunseas, and when you think of this moving out, so if you went to a shared place, does this make you feel excited? Does it make you feel inspired more? Because we have Inspiration, which in the traditional deck is Wands. It's ruled by fire, which is our heart's desire, our creativity, expansion, feeling fired up, movement, all that kind of good stuff. So this is what it feels like to me. So yes, it's better to move. If that is your intuition aligns with that as well, what pulls you towards this fire, this expansion, this inspiration, it feels more exciting. And where you are now does feel like a block. Now this could be quite emotional in its own way, like maybe difficulties, maybe people don't want you to leave where you're at now. I don't know if you're with family. Muse of Emotion, maybe it would be, you know, it's kind of a big shift for you to go. But just learn how to process these emotions. When we see the muse of emotions, it's not about blocking those feelings, but it's just allowing them to kind of go through us, like a river, really. And it's okay to feel these feelings, this change. It's a big deal when we change our living situation, okay? I know a lot of people, if you're in the habit of sort of, maybe if you move around a lot, but if that's not you, then it's a big deal. It's a big shift to, you know, this is should be our sanctuary. So you're with a relative, yeah. So it's a sanctuary where we live, and needs to match your energy. And I feel like that you are being maybe suffocated in where you are now, Sunseas, sorry, and this move would be more in alignment with you and open the world up to you a bit more, yeah, and break through this white expanse. So I hope that helped. Yes, and it's been a constant in the last year, yeah. So it's security, isn't it? But it's also when that security can become suffocation, and we that you've been moving places, sorry, in the last year, I see. Well, I'm wishing you some stability then, Sunseas. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Moving all the time. I've done it myself in the past, actually. And it's like, it's a strange energy to be in when you're always on the move. It's hard to stay centered. You're kind of like a leaf in the wind. You're welcome, Sunseas. I'm just gonna, now TB has booked a reading, so I'm just, if you give me a moment, I'm going to have a look at her question over on PayPal. Thank you, Tia Bea, for your booking. And then I will go back to the free questions. The 4 knocks of PayPal strikes again. Okay, interesting question there, Tia. Right, let's go. So this is a 7-card reading. So I'm going to focus on all those aspects of what you've asked there. Cards are jumping around. where to put everything. Oh. Okay. And keep these parts separate. If you don't get to what was said to the community, it's totally okay. I see what you mean. Maybe it's not that important. We'll have a look. We'll cut to the heart of the matter, I think, with those questions, Tia Bea, what you've asked, with regards to seeing how he's portraying you, but also how does he really see you, okay? So this is how he really sees you, is this top layer of cards. Actually pretty good and positive here. The Wheel of Fortune, Major Arcana here. Sorry, you can't, this, it's hard for you to see them, move them down. So the Wheel of Fortune, this is change, okay? So he feels the change of fortune in this connection in you. You must feel like this is your energy, like your journey. Maybe not as well. What's coming through is kind of like not knowing what your next move is. Can you see how this woman is? His energy is kind of changing and flipping, and unpredictable is the word that comes through to me. Almost I'm seeing an image with the Wheel of Fortune, like how, you know, a wheel spinning, like where's it going to land? So it's a different energy than kind of the traditional Wheel of Fortune, which is well, it is the same energy, but I'm sort of picking up different messages as well, personalized to this particular situation. The Wheel of Fortune is about luck going in your favor as well, so they're kind of but I think the main important thing is that there's been a shift in you, there's been a shift in this situation. Let me know if that resonates with you, if you do feel that particular shift that I'm talking about. But also that he's, you know, we're looking at how does he see you. I think there is an unpredictable energy now about you. And he doesn't know where the wheel is going to land, much like, say, like a Wheel of Fortune, the game, you know, or a gambling almost wheel is what I'm seeing. And that's spinning it. So there's a unpredictability about you to him. Keeping him on his toes, yeah, which is no bad thing. Interestingly, then we've got the Ten of Materials, which is about long-term commitment. This is about spiritual family. This is about what is someone's ideal. You know, we've seen this before about the Ten of Cups, you know, in the past few, which is a similar kind of energy. It's about what is their ideal, is they recognize something in you that is their ideal. This Ten of Materials is about having the, you know, in a traditional sense, it would be the ideal being the dream house, the dream job, the dream partner, the dream family, you know, so being married, having kids, all that kind of energy, yeah, is what's here as well. And so that you mean that to him in some ways. Obviously, how he's acting is messed up, and it doesn't mean that he's able to be the person that he needs to be to embrace this necessarily. You know, he's obviously got some work to do, and yeah, we don't know what that future energy will bring. But when we ask, what do you mean to him? How does he see you? He still sees you in essence that the person where long-term commitment aligns with him. Maybe knows that this is what you've got to offer, and this is what you desire, and this is what you would want as well, if I'm right on that. You know, that this is real for you, this isn't kind of superficial or a game. because then next we've got the Nine of Inspiration, which is you standing strong and setting a boundary. Nine of Inspiration is about really holding that space and holding that ground, which I think we've seen this in the past for you. And I think that despite how everybody's reacting to this, I do feel that he respects you for this, and this is what we saw in the past about that Strength card and you as the Six of Inspiration, which was that victorious woman, and this is kind of that very similar energy. It kind of demands and commands, that respect. So that is what you expect. Yeah, Ten of Materials, you expect something genuine, something real. You're not going to be played. Then we move on to the next part, which is their intentions, which I've sectioned out. Ace of Emotions, a new emotional beginning, and Queen of Inspiration, which kind of gives me like your energy again, similar to what we've seen of how he sees you. I mean, Ace of Emotions is that new beginning, and Ace is always this is his intention, a offering of a cup, a new beginning. There's kind of an emotional deep dive. This came up for you actually as well, didn't it, in the past reading that we just did then. Queen of Inspiration. I'm going to double check with this Queen of Inspiration. It feels along the same energy lines to me, that the energy that you're bringing and how he's seeing you in a Queen of Inspiration energy. Which is someone who is very determined and direct and demands respect, all that kind of energy. Now, interestingly, I know that you came through a lot more as the Queen of Cups in the past, but now I think that you've moved more into a place of power that feels more empowered, and that you are standing this ground and setting a boundary and focusing your energy maybe on, I just feel like you've found stronger ground to stand on at the moment than maybe where you were in the past. And the Queen of Inspiration embodies all that, okay? But then we have this Ace of Cups that is taking movement towards this Queen of Inspiration. One more card, please, Spirit, with regards to this. And then we'll look at how he is portraying you to other people, see what that comes through, and then the future likely outcome. Look at this. Two of Emotions, the card of soulmate energy. Such really throws me for a loop, this Leo, a lot, because there's so much like feeling and emotion here. We've got the Ten of Materials, we've got the Ace of Emotions turned into the Two of Emotions. So they're in their feelings about it. You know, this is all in the energy of their intentions towards you. And here you are, arriving as this Queen of Inspiration now. So just keep doing you, keep doing this Queen of Inspiration, holding this line. Like I've said before, it's kind of held up a mirror to them, I believe, and it's like putting the emotion on them, where maybe in the past you've carried the feelings and the emotions and it's allowed them to be colder to you, and because you've detached more and stepped back, then it's putting them in their feelings. Okay, let's have a look about how are they betraying, the question, portraying you to others? We've got the Hermit card. Interesting. The Hermit is obviously can be about someone who is in solitude, has isolated themselves in some way. So the only message that would come through of how he's portraying you to others, it's not necessarily in a negative light, but he may have just said that I don't hear from her ever, or, she just keeps herself to herself, or that she's isolated herself, whatever, that hermit energy, which is being more reclusive and being in an energy more of solitude for sure. So it can just talk about how you've pulled back, and that's how he's wanting to portray it to them, that you have withdrawn, almost playing dumb, I feel, about not really confessing or sharing his side of it, of actually why you've withdrawn, if that makes sense, but more, I guess, putting it on you, that you've just withdrawn, and you may be saying, like, they don't know why. You've isolated yourself in some ways. So I don't know obviously what was said about you, but this doesn't seem drastically bad, but it's kind of maybe just a bit of a deflection act and putting it on you rather than owning, or is not going into any depth about what's gone on between you and him, I believe. Future energies, here we go, Page of Voices. So this communication, getting kind of serious about communication whenever I see this card, because this woman just looks so serious, putting on her glasses, kind of getting down to it, getting ready to business. This is also swirling thoughts, swirling, a lot going on in the head when we see the Page of Voices as well. There's almost too much going on in the mind. And we need to get those thoughts out of our head and speak and communicate and speak some truth and get some clarity. So again, I feel like that this is you two having a conversation and getting a chance to actually lay things on the line and get some clarity. This is the future, this is coming. Driven by this Ace of Emotions, and there's two of emotions from him. Tia says, so it seems like she was embellishing out of jealousy. I believe so, because this feels quite neutral energy, doesn't it, with the Hermit? It is pretty neutral. It's not damning, for sure. It's not taking accountability, but it's not shaming you in any way. I don't think it's trying to make you look bad. He's just saying, oh, she's gone off and done her own thing. She's isolating herself. Maybe that's as far as it kind of goes. So yeah, it doesn't feel vindictive. She must be one to watch then, if I think, if she's coming forward with that. She may have her skin in the game with him, or she may just want to hurt you out of insecurity, Tia. Interesting, very interesting. I look forward to see how this unfolds. This Ace of Emotions, this Two of Emotions, and the Page of Voices. Keep doing the Queen of Inspiration energy. I feel like it will pay off, okay, in this situation. Right, guys, I'm just going to go back to the list now, but first I am going to close the list, so I make sure I can get through everyone. Oh, sorry, went and pinned the wrong comment. I can't speak. There we go. Okay, So we have our Peter next, my dear, if you are still here. Thanks for everyone's patience. And Tia, I hope that resonated. I hope that brought you some peace, maybe worth watching back. Hi Lola. I have just closed the list. Unfortunately, if I have got time, obviously I will read for you, but I'm not sure how it will go because I've had to close the list now. Like I say, if I've got time, I'll absolutely will read for you. Our Peter, thank you, my dear. Our Peter asks, can you please tell me how does my higher self higher self look like? It will make easier for me to connect with it more. Well, that's interesting, our Peter. Does anyone else, out of interest, does anyone else have an image for their higher self? So first of all, our Peter, I would say, have you tried doing, I feel like I'm saying this a lot this session, a visualization to meet your higher self? That's often what I would advise for if you're wanting to meet, you know, parts of yourself, you're in your inner world, wanting to meet your higher self. Doing a visualization, doing a visualization can usher that in. But let's see what Spirit says. Do you, Tia? Yeah. And how did you, was that just something that you always intuitively felt, or how did that just come to you in a vision, meditation? Let's have a look. See the energy, our Peter, of what your higher self has. Oh wow, how cool is that? The young voice here, yes, Bran, is it Bran? Awesome, I love that. That would be another way, our Peter, if there's anyone in a, you can sort of assign it an identity even if you wanted. If there's anyone in film or TV that resonated for you. But let's see here, I'll just focus on this energy. Oh, it's not going to tell me. It's not going to tell me, our Peter, because I feel like this is something, as I kind of suspected, this is something that you need to find that image yourself. It's inside. Because 5 of Inspiration is about this conflict. Can you see how it's like all these mirrors and not being able to find a place to stand? So maybe these are all almost like different parts of yourself. And your higher self would be able to sort of help these people get on the same page, help you yourself get in order, if that makes sense. Almost like as a leader, the higher self can be a great inner mentor, and bringing these conflicting parts of ourselves inside, getting them onto the same page, and being this kind of voice of reason that can be channeled. Ah, well, there we go. Then I relate with the character of Wonder Woman. Fantastic. So I would run with that, or Peter, that idea, if that's what's come to you. And if it changes, it can change, it can evolve. But just assign it an image, assign it if that's what gives you that good feeling and feels strong, feels powerful, feels wise, whatever adjectives, adjectives come through. but yeah, this is just telling me about the different parts of you, different opinions, different feelings. You know, this can be softer sides of ourselves, a more dynamic side of ourselves. You know, the different masks that we wear when we're with family, when we're with at work. You know, I think we all do it. We all kind of shape shift really a bit, and different parts of us come forward and take the lead. If that resonates for other people and for you, or Peter. But through the help of Tia Bea as well, and I think this card, we've got somewhere there for you if you can move forward with that Wonder Woman image. And I would run with that and see how where that takes you. I hope that helps, our Peter, and thanks Tia Bea for sharing your higher self image. Okay, Kimmy Moses, my dear, are you here? Yes, thanks Lola. So if I probably will have time actually with, I'm just looking at the questions, how many I've got. So fingers crossed. Peter, my dear, are you here? Are you here? Oh no, I've just read for Peter. What am I talking about? Sorry. Kimmy Moses. Thank you, Kimmy Moses. Love question. What is the likely outcome with this new possible connection, and how does he feel about our connection? Awesome, Kimmy. So congratulations on that new connection, new love connection. Let's see where it's going. Let's see how he feels about you and this connection. Couple of messages here, because we've got the Three of Emotions here. This is nice. This is like a card of celebration way. It always feels very social to me, like it has a light and playful energy. So I feel like they're enjoying your company, they're enjoying getting to know you as well. It still does, whenever I see this card, it still does feel you know, relatively new in a way, still in that getting to know you stage, having fun, dating, if that's possible, if that's what this dynamic is like. And that's how, so this is them and how they're feeling about this. So yeah, enjoying your company. With Cups is about romance, is about emotions as well. So there is feelings happening here, almost like this tide is rising. But try to just, as well, I feel like this message is to be in the moment as much as possible, to enjoy every stage and not have to worry. It's hard not to when with someone, but put too much pressure on yourself about, about where this is going. But they certainly enjoy spending time with you and enjoying this process. Now, interestingly, underneath though, we have this Muse of Inspiration. Oh, I said exactly that. They enjoyed your company. Okay, cool. Interestingly, this is, I like how the tarot does this, okay, because I always like to go to the deeper level as much as possible whenever I can, because I'm nosy and that's just how I am. But the Muse of Inspiration is almost, this is his energy, I feel like, on a deeper level. The Muse of Inspiration is like King of Wands. And the King of Wands is very passionate, okay? They, being a king as well, there is this element, they like to be in control, okay? It is ruled by the element of fire, which can be, that can be that in-out energy sometimes that you see if you're getting mixed signals. They're just quite impulsive. They really are more, They could be a fire sign, or if this, they could have this prominent in their chart, Kimmy. So I don't know, but the muse of inspiration is ruled by the element of fire. And I'm just pick up on a deeper level that there's this kind of you may have picked up on another side to him, which is more determined, and there will come a point, I think, where if this continues to deepen this connection, because we can't stay in this free of emotions forever, then they will make it clear to you this isn't someone who shies away from taking control of a situation and making something happen. They have a very determined energy, for kind of going for what they want. This could be your energy represented here, like this kind of archway, a gateway of going through. So there feels to be a strong attraction here, a physical attraction and a pull here as well. But at the minute, he's on this side of this path, if that makes sense. Like if there's going to be a deeper commitment, then it would be traveling through this. And then I think you will see a different side of them, a more direct side of them, and there won't be any mixed signals then. It'll be very clear that they kind of want you and will go after you. This tells me something about their character, okay? But I mean, as long as it doesn't feel disrespectful, this mixed signals, you know, I don't know to what depth. My intuition at this point says don't read too much into that. Just see how, like, say that, not putting too much pressure on where this is going. As long as it stays in line with being respectful. We are here, we are getting to know each other. So yeah, maybe there's some hesitancy here. See how he's at the beginning of this path. He isn't rushing through this gateway into the next stage. So it may just be a timing issue, require a bit of patience. And I think what you will, in time, there will be a shift in his energy as this connection deepens and he digs into more of this King of Wands energy. Hope that resonates. There's actually quite a lot there simmering beneath the surface, is what I would say, Kimmy. He might appear more chilled than actually what he really is. So moving on, Danny Baby, are you still here, my dear? We have Danny Baby, and then we have Anne Franklin. Kitty, I'm sorry the list is closed today. I will be back on Monday though. I normally go live around 11:30 GMT. Patience for sure, says Kimmy. It's a real slow mover, but he seems to be progressing. Okay, as long as it feels like it's progressing, it hasn't stagnated, then I would say stick with that. So I think this is a different Danny. I'm sorry, I see Danny's typing, but there's a Danny Baby. Sorry, Danny. Let me just put up the list. I think Danny is maybe not here now. Anne Franklin, are you here? Kimmy says yes, and it resonates. Thank you for letting me know, Kimmy. Love and light to you as well. List update. So we've got Danny Baby, who I don't think is here. So I'll move on to Anne Franklin. No, it's all right. Sorry, that is very confusing. Danny. Is it Danny or Danny for you? So Anne Franklin, if you are here. Or Kick It with Jay. Country. Hey Anne. So Anne asks, what do I need to know about buying love life right now? First option, Danny. Thanks, Danny. Okay, Anne, this is for you. Spirit, what does Anne need to know about their love life right now? Six of Voices. Moving from turbulent energy into calmer waters. Have things emotionally been up and down, been turbulent for you, Anne? So what the Six of Voices is, moving into a more peaceful energy. Still a connection here with someone in the picture. I don't know if that's who we've looked at in the past. Is it Raneal? Or if it's someone new. There still seems to be some energetic connection here. A Six of Voices is also about help from unexpected places, which is, and when I say help, it can be more so that maybe a love connection could deepen or crop up or begin to develop from an unexpected place. I feel like this is you kind of feeling a bit out on a limb, literally, you know, that's like a pun there, but kind of a bit isolated, lonely. This is kind of a lonely journey, maybe feeling in life, you know, you want that companion, that a life partner is what I'm hearing. And maybe this turbulent time, okay, that you feel like kind of beat up by that emotionally, yeah? Being in the washing machine and we get spat out, and this kind of energy somehow of just keeping your head down and having to just keep moving forward. But there is still a connection here. And we are moving into a calmer place. Nine of Materials is like, I feel like building back up into feeling good about yourself, feeling more joy, more happiness, this connection. Can you see this person is coming through still? Showering roses down on you here. This making you feel happy, this uplifting you. It's a very similar kind of, can you see how this hand is reaching and then this hand is reaching here? And there's a shift. There's a shift in your energy. I think as things get calmer, you can begin to rebuild and the mood will lift. This connection though, only you know, I suppose, Anne, is this what the turbulence has been about, or is this someone who is uplifting you and helping you, and then that kind of continuing on as well? So tell you what resonates with that. I don't know if the turbulence has actually been because you've been through it emotionally in the area of love, or maybe it's just in life. Tell what resonates to your situation, but there is a rebuilding that will begin, so the future looks more bright, more positive. There's a shift, but there's this consistent connection. There's a constant. There is distance here, yeah, there's distance, but it's still there. So how that resonated, it was kind of a complex message to deliver, but I hope that connected to make sense to your situation, Anne. Okay, kick it with Jay. I don't think you're still here, but if you are, give me a shout. Country, you're here, my love, so please post your question. Thank you. You're still in the turbulent time, okay? So you're in the midst of it. Keeping your head down, one foot in front of the other energy. Just having that faith, Anne, for that things will get calmer and more peaceful. So Country Love asks, how will my DJ feel about me staying in touch with MJ? So who is that? Can you just tell me a little bit more, Country, about the situation with this? You're welcome, Anne. Is this two like prospects? Are you in connection with them both? It's no problem, Danny. If I've got time, Danny, I don't know if I will, because obviously I've had to move on. If I've got time, I'll read for you at the end, but I'm not sure now because I have to be done by 1. That's GMT time, so 15 minutes. But obviously if I can do it, I will. Country, just like I say, tell me a little bit more about, you maybe type in about DJ and MJ. Okay. Okay, thanks, Danny. I'll be back on Monday, Danny, so hopefully I'll catch you then. So, Country Love says, DJ's a romantic love interest. MJ is a friend who's now incarcerated. How will DJ feel about me staying in touch with MJ? Okay, I get it. Sure. Let's see how DJ will feel about this. I think he will want you to walk away from this, Country Love, really. This is you, 8 of Emotions, is about walking away from a situation that doesn't serve you. Okay? So that would be his take on it. I think he might feel, for reasons obviously that I don't know from, he may just not understand it. Okay, this is something personal to you about why you obviously want to stay in contact really with this good friend, which is understandable. But maybe through insecurities, maybe through jealousy, we're not sure what the DJ's reasons behind feeling like this, but really this is a clear message. This is you. He would prefer and he would like you for you to really walk away from this. And I think he doesn't see it as a particularly good thing for you. I don't know if there's some judgment there, or, you know, tell you what resonates, you know, with what your situation, what could be driving this. We do have the moon card. See how the moon card's echoed in both these cards? There's an eclipse happening here. The moon card, I think this is you, okay? This is like you're just going to have to do your thing and trust your intuition. Your intuition is guiding you to want to stay in connection with MJ. You know, this is the divine feminine often with the moon. You know, nothing, it doesn't always have to be, you know, black and white and straightforward, okay? And it's something that you know and you understand, and that's kind of what matters. But yeah, I suppose it's come through quite a clear message that DJ would prefer you to walk away from it, and maybe doesn't quite understand it. Makes sense, says Country. DJ is a very logical thinker, yeah. I think with the emotions, there's the moon, ruled by the moon, the divine feminine. I don't want him to feel like there's disrespect, so I'd like to consider his feelings too. Yeah, trying to strike that balance. Maybe through sharing what you feel and think over time, that he would, like I say with this card, I didn't feel any kind of ultimatum or anger or malice, just more like, yeah, I just kind of prefer you not to do this. I don't see how it would be good for you. There's almost like looking out for the best interests of you in this situation as well. But I guess he has to respect your feelings and your actions. But your intuition can guide you on that one as well, country. I hope that helps. Clear message there. So, Danny 2. Danny is typing, I'm going to say, to differentiate. Danny is typing, my love. If you want to post your question, thank you for your patience. And then Lola, go for it. We have time. So we have Danny is typing, and then we have Lola. Please both post your questions if I can speak. You're welcome, country. So Danny asks, what are RC's true current feelings towards me? So are you in a connection, Danny, with this person? Or the more context that you can give me as an energy reader, it allows me to connect with your energy, your person, having context for it. So I'm not a psychic medium. Thank you, Lola. So I'll read for you after Danny's just clarified. What are RC's true current feelings towards me? Right now, no contact. Okay. What are they thinking and feeling about this connection and about you? Oh, look at this. Still thoughts. They still think of you, Danny, for sure. Can you see how rose petals here? This kind of daydreaming energy it always has in this deck, the Four of Voices. There's no action at the minute. Like there's no, they more in a kind of, it's like a dream-like state. It's almost like they may dream about you, they daydream about you. And it's still romantic by nature, for sure. There's still feelings, there's lots of water in this card, even though Voices is about our thoughts and it's about communication. Now, Four of Voices is also about, see how this is kind of peaceful, restful. It's like there is still a moment of stillness. The calm before the storm, maybe, Danny, here. Because Nine of Emotions is about a wish fulfillment. So if your wish fulfillment is for them to reach back out and for you to come back into communication somehow, I feel like that this is on the cards. It almost has a similar kind of energy to it, about a almost kind of daydreamy energy. So we're in this Four of Voices where he's thinking, he's feeling about you, almost, you know, that kind of when you can't get someone off your mind. And then I feel like that this will, what would come next is, oh, here we go, Knight of Pentacles. That's them coming towards you, making moves, communication, where we end the Nine of Emotions, if this is like a wish fulfillment, which I believe that it is for you. Knight of Materials does require some patience. Okay, this isn't something they're going to rush towards, but once they do move, you can see once they do get going, Materials is ruled by the element of earth, so it can need some time to grow, to be nurtured. It's not like fire energy, which just kind of rushes in. With fire energy, though, you know, it can rush in and rush out just as quick. So Knight of Materials, you can actually depend on more, but it just takes a bit more time to come through. So we're going to see this daydreaming, kind of can't get you off their mind, is what I see. This could be mirrored back to you as well. I don't know if this is going on for you, but when you're kind of still, do they come to your mind as well? Like, I feel like this can be both, happening both ways. There's two people in the picture here. And then it will drive them from this to this Knight of Materials, which is the action. But it will take some patience. And then we end here with the Nine of Emotions, which is a wish fulfillment. emotional fulfillment. So positive. Okay, and last but not least, we have Lola, who asks, no contact situation, please. Current feelings or next actions. Joey, who is a Leo. For Dami Lola, you, Cancer, and any changes coming in Feb. So we're looking at near future. You're very welcome, Danny. Let's have a look at the feelings and next actions, if there's any change happening. Joey. Tell us what's going on. Ah, a new beginning, fresh start for you here. Someone's in their head, also worries, anxieties. 8 of Voices, this is kind of worrying, really like it's not going to come true. This is these anxieties. This is like coming from a place of fear. It's a self-imposed prison when we see this 8 of Voices, by our thoughts, by our mind. Yeah, when we get that negative thought and think of worst case scenarios and it spirals, tying ourselves in knots. Tell you what resonates, Lola, if you feel like this is you or them, because we can look behind the curtain and this is what's going on for them. But the movement that we see is the Ace of Materials, which is the fresh opportunity for you. Because it's materials as well, this is good. I touched on it a bit there with Danny about the energy of materials, which is ruled by the element of earth. So it means it's grounded. It's like a first step in the right direction that has a lot of potential. And it's a serious move. So it's not just going to come in and then going to go out. It's more slow moving. It takes hard work. It takes nurturing when we see materials. But there is real growth happening. So this could be as well in the gap of no contact that there has been some revelations and been some breakthroughs maybe for both of you about, you know, if we're going to do this, if we're going to move forward in a positive way, in a real way, then certain things have to change and we move forward in a more reliable way, in a more consistent way, showing up for each other. And this 8 of Voices is all the angst, I think, that can happen in the no contact. I'm going to ask for one more because I'm nosy. Tell me more about this Ace of Materials, please. Tell me more about Joey. Yeah, so they still want this, they still hope for this, the Star card. So if we think wish upon a star, wish come true, they are still holding this vision for wanting it to work out. So I don't know what's gone on to bring you into a no contact situation, if someone broke trust, if someone let someone down, or maybe it just drifted, okay, you know, but their energy, there is still, they're holding on to this star. It doesn't matter about gender, okay, when we're doing tarot, but we ask about Joey's energy. So this ultimately, a reconciliation, this fresh start, is still wanting this connection. Look how positive both those cards are. Steady new beginning, backed with this wish. But, you know, in the mix here, there's a lot of angst going on as well. Could be you, could be them, could be both of you. And it's kind of, things aren't as bad as maybe what they feel right now. It may feel very catastrophic now, very like, oh, this is over, or, you know, how we're going to find our way back. Spiraling, this is, you know, it's quite a dark place mentally to be as well. where traditionally in this card it's like you can actually just take the blindfold off, but you kind of don't realize taking the blindfold off representing the kind of illusion of the situation. So try to, when we feel like this, Eight of Voices, it's being in a state of anxiety really. We need to look for ways to ground ourselves, because our energy has spun off. It's untethered. So meditation, walking, even, you know, if you can go outside in bare feet, this is actually proven to physically ground you as well. But whatever you want to do, go to the gym, speak to a loved and trusted one, cry to release some tension, whatever it takes to ground yourself and get rid of some of this anxiety, and hold on to this image of the future there, which is really beautiful energy. So Lola, hope that resonated. So guys, I'm going to end the live there. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your questions. I will be live again on Monday, so please look out for confirmation. Like I say, normally it's 11:30 GMT. But wishing you all the best for the rest of the day, rest of the evening.